I was losing vision of him completely. He dipped out of sight at least 3 times.
In the meantime, another officer happens to drive by. He's Deputy Robert Gates of the Clinton County Sheriff's Department. He watches Trooper Harker navigate the traffic stop from the other side of the road.
I saw that he was standing outside of his vehicle and was talking to what appeared to be the driver. I also noticed that the passenger sitting in the vehicle was staring at me intently and watched as I went by.
Deputy Gates makes a U-turn and pulls up behind the trooper. Right away, he senses something is off about the encounter.
I noticed several times that the driver asked why he had been stopped.
Why am I being pulled over? I believe I told you, sir, that according to the computer, the registration on the vehicle is expired.
He was asking several other questions. These were questions I already knew the answer to, and I had just gotten there.
Why did you ask me so difficult? I'm not trying to make it difficult, sir.
It was obvious to me that the driver was trying to stall.
Get arrested for not having a driver's license? Yes, sir.
Didn't know if he had a weapon on him, if he had drugs on him, or other kind of contraband. I didn't know.
About as long as we've been sitting here, bullshitting.
I wanted to resolve the situation, and he just wanted to get away. And I think he was weighing his options on how best to achieve that goal.
Now, what do you want to do, sir?
The situation that has been escalating is about to explode. Without warning, the driver makes a run for it, heading straight to his car.
He reached around his shoulder blades and tried to pull him back from the vehicle.
The officers have only seconds to react.
That's when I saw a weapon coming across the back of the seat.
Gave a quick glance over to Trooper Harker as he was moving around and was preparing to return fire.
And that's when I put fire on him from the front of the vehicle.
The passenger runs, and Deputy Gates takes off after him.
I started to chase after the passenger, but I didn't run full bore yet because I didn't know Trooper Harker's condition.
The driver jumps in the truck and speeds off with Harker still hanging on.
After taking about 3 or 4 steps after I got disengaged from the vehicle, I did fire around to flatten a tire to impede his escape.
Meanwhile, the passenger has run off in the direction of this nearby condominium complex. Back at the scene, Trooper Harker radios for backup.
587 Wilmington. Get me some units out here. The subject in the Suburban has fled the scene. I have another subject down on foot. Shots have been fired.
The dispatch goes out, and another Wilmington police dash cam shows an officer heading into an office park where the Chevy Suburban is reportedly parked. As that officer pulls in, one of the suspects opens fire and hits this police cruiser, and then takes off on foot. The 2 suspects are identified as Shane and Chevy Kehoe. They both managed to elude law enforcement that day. But 4 months later, on June 16, 1997, the passenger, Shane Kehoe, turns himself in. His brother Chevy is arrested by the FBI the next day. Turns out the brothers are founders of an anti-government white supremacist group.
They were in the area providing some training to the local Aryan groups, and they were also somewhat on the run.
Incredibly, police also learned Chevy Kehoe is a suspect in the murders of an Arkansas gun dealer and his family. In 1998, Chevy Kehoe is sentenced to 3 life terms for murder, conspiracy, and racketeering. His brother Shane is sentenced to 25 years for the Ohio shootout. Trooper Harker has since retired from the Ohio State Police. Deputy Gates has been promoted to Detective Sergeant. They run into each other from time to time, and although they don't often speak about what happened that day, both are thankful to have survived an encounter that could have easily ended tragically.
If Deputy Gates had not stopped when he did, I probably would have at the very least been severely injured or killed.
God!